Hey, it's Ragna again with part 2. Last we left off, pretty much the main character Hisao pretty much got a heart attack, and he had a what's it called? He has a condition called arrhythmia. Pretty much, it makes his heart beat too fast, and he's talking about how he feels depressed now because the doctors and nurses seem so faceless. They don't really seem to care about him. His classmates didn't really do anything for him. It's just like what's good. They pretty much did whatever the teacher told them to do when it was a class project. And the girl that asked him out right before his heart attack pretty much stopped visiting him after about 6 weeks. So far it's kind of sad. But anyways, at some point, and we're about to start again. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading in my head. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I was working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. Okay, but I loved the stories. That's what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Oh, wait. Sorry for, stopping right there. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the movie, just in case, there are some people out there who skip part 1. But, pretty much this game is called Katawa Shoujo, which means, like, crippled girl. It's pretty much a Dane sim about you going around trying to get with the, what's it called, disabled lady, or disabled girl. Uh, yeah, I know it kind of sounds like a terrible idea. It is from, what's it called, 4chan after all, so it is kind of scary to see what they did with this. But so far, it seems alright, because, you're technically disabled as well, so I can see how it could work out. Anyways, a week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But all other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance that I had set up for myself. The pages of the book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling, as if I was going to cry. I don't know why, but this kind of seems emo so far for some reason. But anyways, but that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here, and it's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's a ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting him aside, as if to make a point of the pointlessness that he was just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks at me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it so quickly. So many. I take it from his hand to take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? What the heck diary? What the crap? Hypotension. Yeah, this guy's screwed. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together like in a sea of letters. What the? Seriously, I can't even read half of these anymore. This is insane. The side effects. Adverse effects. Contraing. I got no idea. And dosages are listed in line after line in cold precision. I tried to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life. Every day? I'm afraid that that's the best we can do at this point. However, new medications always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with their parents, and we believe it's best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please, calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he tells me, he knew full well that I won't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever of my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least, not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So, I've spoken to your parents about transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Okay, now that actually kind of makes sense about the whole going out with the disabled girl thing. I mean, if you go to not trying to sound insensitive or anything, if you go to a whole school of, disabled people, and more or less gonna kind of fall into that kind of thing anyway, so. I mean, as long as they do it tastefully, as long as, like, he's not going up to a blind girl and saying he's George Clooney or something. Disabled. What? Am I? It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from the highly regarded general hospital. A majority of the students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school for sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence, while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it really was that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go. But your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went there and had a couple of weeks back. I think you liked it. Crap. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to the other heart problems, people with their condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day and a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. It's GED Don't call it a GED opportunity. Sorry for saying GED. Pretty much my old man watches my videos sometimes, and if there's one word he says, but says it a whole lot, it's GD. And I don't want to get whooped, so, yeah. And yes, I still get whooped sometimes. It's a family thing. Well, you should be excited at a chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and it's not the same one. A special school, that is. That's an insult. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a step down. I kind of want to be sympathetic to this dude, but this dude so far is coming out like an a-hole. Yeah, like I said, I really can't curse. It's not what you think. All the students are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That is a true statement right there. I actually heard a story the other day. There's this guy in, I forgot where exactly it was. I think it was back in the States. This guy was apparently a vegetable for 25 years, and he still wrote a book. Like, some guy saw that he wasn't still a vegetable, he was actually still alive, but he was completely paralyzed, he couldn't talk or anything. He can only blink his eyes. So to write the book, he ended up using Morse code to talk to the person typing the book. So that's actually pretty. If I ever find out the name to it, I'll give it to you. I'll send it to you guys, or I'll say it in the next video. Person. Wait. Yeah. One of my colleagues is in. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. Not necessarily. I mean, I'm bad, but you know, you don't see me stopping from doing anything I don't want to do. Just can't crawl into small spaces. That's about it. Or run fast, or run for a long time, or okay, I guess it is a little bit of a disability, but still, either way, it's not like I care if I run fast or anything. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about a normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I always thought my life was kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something right now. Something about how I can go back to school anyways, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is, now, it's futile. I look around the room, feeling tired of all this. The hospital, the doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see how it would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school. What are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake just to resign myself from thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life would look like. Okay, I think we're going to the school. And we got less than a minute until I have to turn the video off. Because, yeah. I want to stay under the 15-minute thing, and according to my little doggy thing here, doggy timer, I got less than 30 seconds. But you know what, I'll just stop it here from now. We just got through the prologue apparently, so yeah, it's gotta be a good stopping point. So yeah. So far, it seems like a pretty interesting game, even though I kind of want to punch the main character in the face somewhat. Alright, sorry, give me a second. Let me make sure it's saved correctly, just in case. Alright. It should be good. So, that's all I gotta say about the first 26 minutes to it. I'm Ragna, and I'm Ragna of TheDustyControllers, and I'm signing out. See y'all later, and look out for part 3 sometime soon.